Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's check out Lily of the Hallow Resurrection on Nintendo Switch. Okay, first system, text speed. Wait time's fine, I think. Skip only red text. Good enough. Voice volume max. Alright, let's check it out. I have to be alone, and you should go. Nobody should do anything for me. You neither. Let me complete my sentence. What does it feel like to be free? No matter what I do, it's only harm in the end. This is hopeless. If you do this, you wouldn't be happy. Happiness? Mine was buried long ago at that place. The moon has hid itself behind the clouds, and snowflakes are flowing in the air. I'm sorry. I see myself. Raised my hand gently.
事情就是这样，接下来这段时间也被我买断了。
Ridiculous. With just you and me, going all the way north to godforsaken north border, how can we protect her?
所以我才会找到你，红衣剑士。人们说，无论在什么情况下，你都不会让雇主受到一丝伤害。更重要的是，你对威胁雇主性命的人，从不心慈手软。
Looks like you misunderstood this. I'm a professional bodyguard, not a killer. What I care always is the safety of my employer.
这就够了。
Meeting eyes to eyes for the first time with this lady, the swordsman is clouded by an unspeakable sense of melancholy. An unusual commission, a thread of ominous feeling, but he had no reason to decline. Oh boy, this translation. He just wants to finish this job quickly, a step closer to a plain daily life. But destiny had lured this youth stray with its strange fragrance. It's interesting, there's not a whole lot of games in native Mandarin on the eShop, the US eShop at least, so this is interesting. That's the voice language of choice. Normally these come out of Japan, so I'm used to hearing the Japanese language. But obviously the translation is not going to be good in this game. I mean, just based on the first couple of minutes that we're playing. I mean, I'll try to correct what I think is going to be the correct translation, but I mean, I catch everything. The northern early winter is already in silver and white. Within days, the snow by the road will be knee-deep. The ride Ralph is a date red horse in his prime. We spent years together through life and death. It is breathing heavily, as if complaining against the heartlessness of the master. Ralph, if not for feeding us, who wouldn't prefer a bearish sleep in the winter?
小姐，您不要紧吧？
没事的，被风呛了一下。
都怪我，没坚持让您多穿一点。
别这么说啦，我可不想穿成水桶。
Lady is somewhat different. Even the north wind wants to stay around you a little longer.
区保镖，不得无礼。
汉娜，洪先生只是在开玩笑吧？
可他未免也太没有自知之明了，粗鄙之辈，真是缺教养。
If you say I'm rude, then don't expect too much.
你
好啦，洪先生，汉娜有口无心，请别和她计较。
Yes, Miss Claudia. Yes, and don't call me Mister. I am just a boorish man.
那我该怎么称呼你呢？
You can use a phone, I guess. Red is fine.
那好吧，不过礼尚往来，也请不要再叫我小姐了，就叫蒂亚。
Is it Dia? Real nobles are different, unlike someone being condescending. At the time of saying this, I can clearly feel the eyesight stabbing on my body. But it makes no difference. As long as I finish my job, I won't have too much contact with this lady butler.
唉，都走了3天了，怎么还没到啊？
快了，沿着这条路再往前有座山谷，铃兰驿站就在谷口。
The real nobles go to the south for winter, but Heinrich's family has come to this god-forsaken freezing place. Hannah seemed to have caught my suspicion in my words, sounding more official.
少啰嗦，你的任务是保护好小姐。
Yeah. As long as I get paid, I don't mind the cold.
难得有机会来，还是很想看看这的雪景。红，你以前来过铃兰驿站吗？
No, the little town just now was the most northern place I've ever been.
哦。
After traveling here and there inside the Empire for all these years, I believe I have been to many places. But the Lily Post is close to the border. With few merchants traveling here, is really remote.
哎，你们看，
Look far into the distance, an open valley lies ahead. Mountains shoot up east and west, and rounding up the ring except for a tiny opening. After a sudden look, it emits an aura of entering only with no escape. Who lives in a place like this? Hermit? A large mansion stands right next to the valley entrance. Mottled walls tells a long story, but amid the snow, it still stands tall like a guard for years and years next to the master's door. The threes got off the horses and couldn't help but to gaze up upon it for a moment.
听说帝国边境有一座孤零零的驿站，没想到看起来这么神秘。
No matter what, this is where we sleep tonight. Let's see who is our host. After these words, I walked up to the door and knock on it. Why they won't open the door?
这次来是小姐临时决定的，来不及事先派人通知，不然他们理应出门远迎才对。
You don't worry, the building is empty. Although the Empire dictates that every major road has to have post services, but the far north is so remote, maybe.
我想不会，毕竟汉娜说过。
小姐，先别提这些了，要不我们到后面看看，还有没有别的门。
The door was opened before Hannah finished her sentence. From inside the mansion came a servant-like young lad looking at us with questioning eyes.
你们是什么人？
Well, that's a young lad. Are you serious?
不过一个下人说话这么没礼貌，快去把你们主人叫出来，迎接海因里希小姐。
我又不认识你，凭什么听你吩咐？
你，
这位先生，请问如何称呼？
我叫卡尔。
卡尔先生，我们是从帝都来投诉的，麻烦您领我们进去吧。
这个季节过来投诉，还真是好胃口。
Although still mumbling in his mouth, the young lad came and helped us with the horses. Ah, watch out. Ralph is not an easy horse. Saying that, I quickly hold down my horse. This fellow is stubborn. He won't let strangers close. The servant named Karl seems to be scared as well, hiding aside.
请问，驿站长在吗？
应该在办公室里。
能麻烦您带路吗？
跟我来。
这个季节来度假，闻所未闻。
Post Master Miss Petra heard the purpose of these two people. Her reaction is exactly like mine when I first accepted the commission.
小姐要是动出什么毛病，可别怪我事先没提醒。请给小姐预备最好的房间。这你不必担心，我自会让侍女安排。
驿站长，听说这的雪景很美，我该去哪里看呢？
你是认真的吗？那我可以负责任的告诉你，最好哪儿都别去。
为什么？
别忘了你是在帝国北境，现在已经入冬了，随时都可能刮暴风雪。更何况，附近不时还有雪狼出没，女孩子家根本应付不来。
暴风雪的话，只要关注天气就没问题吧？ 至于野兽，虽然是很可怕，但我相信红一定会保护我的。
红，就是你前面这个不懂礼貌的保镖。
Well, you do not forget.
哦，
The postmaster sized me up with eyes as if giving me an appraisal.
总之，海因里希家可是帝国最重要的贵族。 出了事，谁都担待不起。
我们一定会注意安全，不给您添麻烦。
那就好。你们一路辛苦了，我吩咐人送你们去各自的房间吧。
谢谢。
Yes, and my date red horse has a temper. Please be careful when you feed it.
放心，我们这儿有养马能手。
She's not talking about that Karl, right? But he was so close of being beaten by Ralph just now. Until I walk out of the office, I have been praying for him. I open my eyes gently. I see a thread of evening sunlight on me. Took a nap after I was brought in my room. Give a stretch of arm, seeing the snow scene under the remaining sunlight. Who is it?
快开饭了，乐意陪我去餐厅吗？
Oh, just a moment. In this time already? But I never thought Dia would come to wake me up personally.
红，休息过了吗？一路上真是辛苦你了。
I took a nap for a while, but in our line of work, you need to be on alert even in a nap.
是吗？
You? Do you like it here?
很好啊，今天是个大晴天，下午晒着太阳看书，有种回到家的感觉。
That's good. Dia gave me an impression different to those other young ladies from noble families, not pampered and being curious about the surroundings. But without a reason, her smile always makes me uneasy. Maybe it's my occupational disease. Comes to talk about it, as we are here, do you have any sightseeing plans?
观光计划。
Aren't you here to spend your vacation?
是这样的，我打算问问这里的人，然后再制定计划。
True, it's a new place.
你呢？有什么想去的地方，或者想做点什么？
Me? I'm used to traveling. There's nothing particular that I really want to see. The things I want to do the most: get in bed. Don't take me wrong. I mean, I always feel tired, want to get a good sleep.
那吃了晚饭就早点休息吧。
Exactly.
小姐，您来了。都说了，随便吩咐个人去叫他，您非要亲自去，也不怕耽误了休息。
没关系，我也刚好想和红聊聊天。
真是一位落落大方的贵族千金，懂得语言是通往世界的钥匙。您就是海因里希家的克劳迪亚小姐吧？我已经从汉娜女士口中听说了。
请问您是？
在下弗兰克，是个云游四方的三流诗人。
很荣幸认识你。
娇艳欲滴的凌霄花在面前盛放，令我如痴如醉。只是绝尘的花儿啊，你又为何如同浮萍一般，任凭雨雪吹打？
抱歉，不是很明白您的意思。
我只是在问，您为何来到这北国边疆？
刚才告诉过你了，三流诗人。 小姐她是来度假的。
是啊，度假，多么传统和能体现身份的上流消遣方式。只不过，我听说令堂去世不久，在如此悲痛之中前来欣赏雪景，小姐，您的坚强令在下佩服。
不是这样的，我。
Dia's expression is as if water poured over fire, a little surprise and pain, and a subtle hesitation. She seemed to want to argue, making one step forward unconsciously, only tripping over a chair leg. Looking at her losing balance, I reach out to grab her, only unsuccessfully. As I thought Dia would trip over for sure, a small body moved swiftly in front of her. This person moves quick and skillfully, holding Dia from the best angle. Huh? Dia is swill in shock when raising her head, looking at the young girl in front of her.
谢谢。我是克劳蒂亚，请问你叫什么名字？
The young girl, looking icy cold as if she just held a falling chair.
她叫玲，平时负责照顾各位的生活起居。
The postmaster says this while walking into the room, breaking the awkward moment. Since her reminder, I recall that it was Ling who guided me to my room.
弗兰克先生，一见面就对淑女问东问西，害得人家差点摔倒，这不太合适吧？
十分抱歉。
算了，大家都是我的客人。 看在我的薄面上，请度过一个愉快的夜晚吧。干杯！
Under Petra's hospitality, everyone raised their wine cups. Although it's winter, the restaurant is warm, which makes it easy for people to relax. Nevertheless, it is only temporary right. In a short time, the north border will be in blizzard season. By that time, both one's mind and body will be under a tough test of extreme conditions. I don't know why I felt like so. I don't know why either. I don't even know what you felt like. Waking up in the sound of little birds in your bed is a wonderful thing. As a bodyguard, staying up late, taking shifts after midnight is nothing special. It's not snowing. The weather must be very cold, although the view looks great from the window. Let's go and check our old pal. Out wandering for a living, Ralph is my only companion. Every time we go to a new place, I spend more time checking it. Although the weather is good, the temperature below 0 does not melt the snow. I looked around checking the environment, striding to the stable in the back. Eh? From not far away, I saw 2 lines of footprints stretching from the other direction of the house. Someone came before me.
放心，我们这儿有养马能手。
She is not boasting after all. Besides that fellow named Karl, someone else takes care of the horses. So I wonder inside my head, sneaking my way into the stable. If one can describe the scene in front of me with the sense of smell, at that moment I did smell a breeze of fragrance. A beautiful figure leans on next to Ralph, as if 2 longtime friends are chatting happily.
草料吃得惯吗？那就应该不太冷。不过等下雪了，我会把这里弄得更暖和些。你叫什么名字来着？有机会多陪带他去问问你的主人。在那之前，我就叫你大红吧。
Last time when I met Ling, the impression was very little words and even a little dull. I never thought she talks with such joy and smiles so vividly. Maybe I was too shocked that I even took a few steps towards her without noticing. Suddenly, as if the air is frozen, cutting my skin sharply. My senses of long years warned me, and unknown fear crept over my mind. But what is it? The next moment, Ling turned her head.
你是？
Good morning. I am Lady Heinrich's bodyguard. We met twice yesterday.
你好。
You can call me Red, just like Big Red.
你都听到了。
I didn't mean to. I was just on my way to check on Big Red. I have been calling it Ralph for the last several years. Old pal does not care about the awkward atmosphere and greeted me. I heard you are very good with horses.
也不算擅长，只不过马儿总是真诚的。
Sincere? What do you mean? She wasn't looking at me as if she was talking to herself. Yeah, thank you for last night.
昨晚，
You held Dia from falling over.
蒂亚，你是说海因里希小姐吗？你们似乎很熟。
I didn't use the full name and get complained for it. This... Treating your employee is nice for your living. She is really a very charming person. After a couple days, I think she is a pleasant person to be with, so we became friendly easily.
哦，倒是有些意外。
After all, she did not get hurt because of you.
不必放在心上，只是碰巧罢了。没什么事的话，我要去工作了。大红，拉尔夫这边的草料我加过了，请放心。
Ah, huh. Ling walks by next to me, further and further away. I didn't notice in her eyes the awkwardness just now, nor the shivering cold. Horses are always sincere? Well, I mean, it's true. After lunch, I stay in my room a bit. As a bodyguard, I didn't do much today. Being a little bored, I decided to wander around in the post a little. If every commission is as easy as this one, without a sense of sharp blades and life or death, I am even a little unpleasant. I combed over a dozen rooms and 2 floors. The lily posts rarely have any guests in the winter except for us. It seems the only other guest is that poet named Frank. This time, let's go to the balcony on the 2nd floor for snow scenes.
下午好。
Voices from behind my back startled me a little. Safe safety environment distracted my attention a little. I didn't even notice a person behind my back. Dia? I turned my head. It was young lady Heinrich, and the smile on her face beats the warm winter sunshine.
午餐后就没见到红，还以为你出去了。
I was in my room.
咦，你身体那么强壮，不该好动吗？
I have to exercise because I am a bodyguard. How about Dia? Did you take a rest in the afternoon?
我跟汉娜聊了一会儿。
Oh, she is your butler, kind of, right? You two seem very close along the trip. How to say, a little like, a bit like mother and daughter.
是吗？他对我很好，我也当他是家人。
She treats very totally different from treating other people. I mean, if she can be a little bit kinder to others.
是啊，他以前不是这样。
Without much notice, there was a trace of darkness on Dia's face. That was just for a brief moment. Her next expression was charming smile again.
对了，红，有没有兴趣陪我一起去看雪景？
I was just going to the balcony on the second.
是吗？那真是太巧了，我们这就去西边的山坡吧。
You want to go outside?
嗯，天气也不错，我都等不及感受大自然了呢。
But I saw a couple of clouds outside my window. Isn't it going to snow?
我问过佩特拉女士，她说这几天还不至于。
All right, let's go.
太好了，
I really don't understand. Is it really this happy to be outside in winter amidst blowing winds? Comparing to the undulating mountains on the two sides of the post, the little hill slope to the west is not tall. It was easy to climb, too. But that was just to me.
在远处看，只是一座小山坡。难道这就是登山吗？
Don't exaggerate too much. This is just a morning exercise level.
还是我太没用了？
Okay, since we are here, let's enjoy the view. After all, we are not here for the wind. Standing next to Dia, I could not see her expression clearly. But at this moment, the silence surrounds her, commands me not to get closer. In front of undoubtedly beautiful scene, the clear sky and barren lands woven together since long before. But the young lady in front of all of it seems to be the highlight. Without her, everything turns pale and unattractive.
好漂亮，和想象中的一模一样。
The view is great, just a bit dull.
单调。
Yeah, the natural colors are all covered with snow. Looks like a view without life.
我倒不这么想。 红，你不觉得人的一生像一枚雪花吗？ 不知不觉在天空中形成，又无声无息的在地面上融化。可是，我们又没有雪花那么幸运。
What do you mean?
因为它们永远保持纯净，不会被染上违心的色彩。
Dia always talk as calm as this, as if talking about something meaningless. But why? Why do I pick up a sense of loneliness from under her words? I admit you made a point, but just because we are different from a snowflake, life is so wonderfully splendid, right?
千变万化。
When I was young, I used to scavenge with my little friends. I would come back no earlier than sunset, and my mother would always be waiting for me at the door. But her eyesight is not good. Although she could see us from afar, she would have to squint hard for long to pick me up. Then I thought of a method to make her spot me immediately. Guess what it is?
向他挥手吗？
After a full day's work, nobody can wave their hand for long.
那是
I wear vivid red clothes all year round. If we do not change, how can those close to us tell us apart from the crowd? So, if you do not want to be colored against your will, why don't you try to change yourself?
自己改变。
Yes, like a transformer. Maybe you could turn into a semi-truck or possibly an F-14. Ah, sorry, saying all these without knowing anything.
不，你说的这些，我从来没想过。
What are you laughing at?
没有，只是想不到红是个感性的人呢。
Oh no, I just like Transformers. I couldn't have thought Henrik family's young lady likes to joke so much.
是吗？那你觉得海因里希家的大小姐应该是什么样的？
Shine, reserved like a lady?
不像淑女，可真抱歉了。
Yep, temper like a young lady. Ha 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 ha. I believe, regardless of noble young lady or a wandering bodyguard, everyone has something deep under their heart. What we can do is to move forward and not to forget.
真想再来这里看雪景。
Yeah. Yeah, sure. I say yeah, and then it's like, you have a choice of saying yeah again? Yeah. It's not early, we should head back.
哎，我还没玩够呢。
Not seeing you for a long time, Hannah has to blame me then.
唉，好吧。一想到要爬下山，我觉得很辛苦。
Should I carry you on my back?
虽然知道是开玩笑，可还是会有点期待的嘛。
Until all the way down the hill, I could hear her mumbling behind. Miss, please talk bad about others where they could not hear you. After been scolding by Hannah, Dee and I went back to our rooms separately and back to the dinner table.
那种天空与雪原浑然一体的感觉太棒了，真庆幸能来北京。可爬山好累啊，没几个人会像红那么轻松吧？也许是吧。回来的路上，我听见了狼嚎声，好可怕。晚上绝对不敢出去。小姐，如果没有什么事的话，我先去洗碗了。好吧。唉，是不是被讨厌了？
Maybe among all the posts right now, Ling is the only girl with the same age. Dia is trying to be friendly. But it seems to be not working well.
餐桌旁的这股红色旋风，宛如冬季里的一道烈火，给在座的各位带来熠熠的暖辉。
From the moment I entered the restaurant, this fellow has been circling around me. Not only mumbling some weird sayings, the eye sighting could also mean something special.
可别不理我呀！所谓一期一会，有缘便是朋友。这不，我知道你保护贵族千金责任重大，好心给你些提醒。
Warn?
这帝国北境地处偏僻，平时也少有人往来。可是最近10年间，这种情况愈演愈烈。想知道为什么吗？因为从10年前起，附近一带就常常有行客失踪，而且据说，他们都曾住过铃兰驿镇。还有，周围的山野间从来就不曾生长大片的铃兰花。驿站却又偏偏为何要起这样一个名字呢？
You can go back and ask Miss Petra yourself.
我早就问过了，不过驿站长说，名字是几百年前流传下来的，具体原因他也不清楚。要知道， 铃兰是一种带毒的花儿，驿站与那些失踪者之间，会不会有什么联系呢？
You are very creative about suspense stories. Maybe you can quit being a poet and try a novelist.
这倒也未尝不是一条出路。总之，该说的我也说了，信不信由你。
Lily of the Valley? Missing travelers? The connection between the two seemed to be nonsense, but years of experience makes me impossible to be indifferent to this gossip. Furthermore, Frank does leave an impression of mysterious aura. Truthful or not, I decided to pay attention. Poisonous flower, blossoms in the snow. Not my style. Mom, I come back. Where's Dad? He is taking a rest inside. Is he sick? Maybe a little tired. But I have just checked. It's open again. When can Dad and I visit there next time? I told you many times, don't run in there alone. Seeing them, Dad would get better soon. When I grow up, I want to dance with Dad there, just like you dance with him. It feels terrible waking up. The intertwined dreams drain all the relaxation left in my brain. Let's move a little. Please just use a little oil, huh? Sprinkles of snowflakes falls slowly from the sky, stirs ever gently the chill in the air. The silver white fairies bring bone-stabbing freezes, along with unexpected tranquility. Here. I exercise a little with my limbs, and draws my blade slowly with my hand. For years I've kept a habit of sword exercises both dawn and dusk, only today a little bit earlier. If you cannot control your sleep, how can you be a professional bodyguard? But the things I heard about last night at the dinner table still hovers around my head. Makes me unrest. Makes me uneasy?
因为从10年前起，附近一带就常常有行客失踪。要知道，铃兰是一种带毒的花，驿站与那些失踪者之间，会不会有什么联系呢？
Comparing to what Frank said, he himself is a more suspicious man. Third-class poet? Using this excuse is like you don't want to hide your identity, but who the heck is he? Is this somehow related to my commission? Is he some kind of threat? Anyhow, if it is a threat, let him be taken care of. A micro-movement passed into my... a micro-movement passed into years. It would not be noticed if it was somebody else, but in the silence, the sword-waving eye caught it clearly. I stop my movement. My body gets tense. At the same time, the sound of steps stopped. Who are you? I turned my head quickly.
早上好。
The girl is calm, which makes me a bit flurried. This is a familiar scene. Well, we sit opposite to one another yesterday, right? Morning. Why are you so early?
我要比驿站的其他人早起。倒是你，昨天也一大早就去了马厩，和平时的客人不一样。
I'm only killing my time. Experience told me explaining to a girl how to spend time training your fighting skills is less desirable than chatting about the weather with Ralph. But I still feel she is a little too indifferent to my weapon. Maybe being in a remote post gets you the habit of being calm. Sorry, did I scare you? I raised my sword in my hand, asking an intriguing question, looking at her response.
驿站常常接待各地的客人，很少有不带武器防身的。
Ah, I see. Ling gave me a plausible answer, but deep down in my heart, the shadow of doubt still hangs. Yeah, is Ralph behaving well?
昨天下午我有去看过他了，很乖，也很精神。
She smiled, just realizing how moving her smile is.
你和那位小姐出去玩的时候没带上她吗？
No, we climbed a hill nearby. No need for a ride.
可是，拉尔夫也许会寂寞。啊，对不起，是我多嘴了。
No problem. You're right. That fellow has got quite a temper which needs patience. But I can tell Dia is not good at riding horse. Days of traveling is tiring, then we went on foot.
是吗？你确实很关心雇主。
How to say, Dia, she never takes herself too seriously, and always being genuine at all. Last night I saw you two chatting, but it went not well, it seemed.
我们生活在完全不同的世界，不是很明白他为什么要找我聊天。还有，真诚是个代价高昂的词，请不要随便挂在嘴上。
I thought she is a very introverted girl, but she seems adamant is a surprise for me. Maybe I was getting on her nerves? Sorry, I'm not being thoughtful, but trying to mingle along with her is good, right? Maybe you won't meet again next time.
抱歉，是我太冲动了。好吧，虽然我笨嘴笨舌的，今后会努力回应韩英里希小姐。
And that's good. Thank you for taking care of Dia and Ralph. Then we talked about Lily Post. Ling does not know the origin of the name either. But I did notice this. I gradually realized how sensitive this girl is. She seemed to be perceiving this world all the time. But I can't explain. Was that why I paid attention to her in the first place?
还是太紧张了，就不能再自然一点？
Forgive me. It had been dozens of posters already. When is it going to be done?
想不到厉害的保镖先生也会叫苦求饶。
I told you I can't do this. Why am I doing this? Such a mess. No, it was a mistake. After lunch, I circled around the house, finding my young lady on my way unexpectedly.
下午好啊，红。
Dia, where are you going?
本来打算出门看看，被汉娜拦了回来。
Of course, it is snowing outside. How can she let you out in the cold?
可是，在大屋里待上一天也太没趣了。在家的时候也天天这样，还以为到了这儿可以放开玩呢。
Well, although I will protect you with all I have, the weather is not under my control. We should blame the season. Forget it. Go back inside and kill some time. What do you do at home?
在家呢，我想想，除了学习和社交，也就是看书、弹琴、画画了。
Ah,
怎么了？
nothing. Just realized I asked something completely irrelevant. The answer is exactly what I expected from a young lady.
没给你惊喜，真是对不起了。
Then can you do these here?
这里吗？上午我看了一下，驿站的藏书不多，大都是读过的。而且这边也没有钢琴，只剩下……
Hmm?
叮。好，我有一个小小的请求。
At the moment, I had a bad hunch. As if a goat delivered a wink from the wolf. So, why is it so hard to be a model? Didn't you tell me it would be okay if I just stay in one pose?
没错啊，不过你的样子怎么说呢？好像面对仇敌，随时都有生命危险一样。还想让你摆个帅气的造型，看来只有放弃了。好了，换最轻松的吧。
How?
就是坐在对面陪我聊天。
Just like this?
没错，自然点就好，我也能画得无拘无束。
Sitting's more relaxing, but my young lady, if any man can stare at your face and stay relaxed, I would have a high opinion of him. Alright, why don't we stop it there? This is Audap, and you've been watching Lily of the Hollow Resurrection on Nintendo Switch. Well, I like the art and the sound, but boy, this translation is not good. I'm assuming if I read it in the original Mandarin, then things would be fine, but the English translation obviously is rough. I don't know if you guys still want me to read this. I think it would take quite a bit of work for me to like read a sentence and then give it a good translation, which is why I've been doing things a little bit more straight. And I don't know if you want that many pauses in your visual novel reading. But if you are interested in this, then it is available on the Switch and PC. I think it might also be available on the PS4, though I'll have to go check that store and see if it's there. But for sure PC, if you want to check it out. The content's exactly the same. You'll still get the bad translation. That unfortunately will not change between the platforms. I have been told that this is a very interesting, and good story if you can just get past the translation, quips in here and there. I don't know. We'll see how you feel. Let me know if you want me to continue reading. I am curious, but at the same time, it's a hard read, I think. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.